Reality Receipts podcast starring me, Storytime with Vicky.
And me, Reality Ashley. And today we're going to talk about Battlecamp. So if you guys aren't watching that one yet, you should start. It's really good. I'm loving it so far. We're only going to do episodes 1 to 5. So if you've watched that far, listen today. If you haven't, go watch it and then come back because you'll love it. It's really good.
Yeah, it's actually super entertaining. I love that Netflix is finding ways to bring back some of the old cast that we want to see and some that we don't want to see. So there's definitely some new faces for me. Like some of the people I've never heard of them because there's some shows I didn't watch, like Cheer and The Circle. I didn't watch those shows. So.
No, or The Mole. Did you watch The Mole?
No.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I didn't. I've never seen Tony before. Like I said to you, Tony gives me like a Hulk version of Sandoval. I don't know why. He just like looks the same as him to me, but a little bit buffer.
He's what Sandoval thinks he looks like.
Exactly, yes. If Sandoval spent a few months in the gym, well, actually, I think he's just a smaller guy. I've seen him in person, like I said, and Tony looks like a very large guy that loves the mirror. So, but yes,
you never know because people look way different on TV. Like they look way bigger on TV than they actually are in person. So Tony might be small too, but Tony.
Yes.
Can I just say that he gives me the ick?
Yeah. He's definitely been a big personality, whether that's good or bad. But he's he's been a lot. Well, we want to catch up on your dating stories if you have any for us, or do you want to do that at the end? Do you need a minute?
I'll give all the rundown. Okay, so
I'm just desperate for the tea over here. So.
If you don't know, I've been on a dating journey. I re-downloaded Hinge. Blah, I'm back in the trenches. So I have had some dates. And I have one tonight, actually. So I had one last night, and I had one last week. So Wednesday, the date was good. What sucks is that I actually tried to cancel on him because my homegirl was here from Atlanta. And that's my problem, like priorities. Because I'm like, I'd rather hang out with her. She's only here for one night. Screw this guy. If he wants to reschedule, we can. If he doesn't, oh well.
That's fair.
So
hoes before bros, right?
Yeah, exactly. Hoes before bros. So I actually texted him to cancel on him. And I was like, I canceled. And then my homegirl hit me up and was like, we're not going to go to the comedy show tonight. We're just going to stay in the room and order junk food and watch a movie, which is also my vibe. I love doing that. But I was like, you know what? No, you stay home and eat junk food every day. So,
I got a date.
Go on your date. So I hit him back up and was like, do you mind? And so we went on the date. He was very handsome. He was very tall. Very good conversation, good banter. There were a little mannerisms that I didn't appreciate. There was a lot of this.
He did that? He put his hand on his face?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So those are mannerisms.
Does he have teeth?
He has teeth. He had a nice smile. I get it. I'm a funny bitch. He was cracking up. I was like, oh my God, I must be super funny.
You are.
Yeah, he was cracking up and we had a good time. I have my list of icks or red, not red flags, or just icks. So one of my icks is when a guy wears an Apple Watch, as a watch,
an everyday watch.
Yeah, I don't mind it in the gym or if you're counting your steps or your calories, but wearing it an accessory piece is I'm okay. But he works in tech, so I was maybe he's into gadgets. Okay. I feel like he capped me. I feel like he capped me on my food ordering. So the place that we went to, it's super cute, and it's a super affordable place, but it's all shareable, small shareable plates. So you order a few because it's shareable. So we ordered 2 things, and I said one thing. And I was going to say another thing because the things that, it was cauliflower, scallops, and then I was corn, and I was going to order another fish or something.
Yeah, some more meat.
Oh, corn, yeah, that's it, that's perfect. perfect. And then the waitress was like, is that
like,
enough?
go.
And he was like, yeah. Like, he was like, yeah, that's fine. So I thought that was a little bizarre. I was like, okay,
Yeah.
I guess I'm not getting that sea bass, but whatever.
He was like, we're good. You're
I think
capped
he was
out.
trying to stay within a budget, which, okay, that's fine. And then it's always the biggest red flag to me when a guy doesn't pay for valet. Like,
Yeah.
am
On
I
a first
wrong
date,
there? I
right?
don't know.
Like,
And then he didn't park in valet. So I always park in valet on a first date because I've just heard too many stories about like, oh, let me walk you to your car. And when I say too many stories, I mean one. Like, where it's like, let me walk you to your car. And
that's
then
all
you,
it takes.
Get hit over the head and like you're in your own trunk and then you're dead, you know? So
Okay, don't do that.
So I never like let anyone walk me to my car, or I valet if I can. He didn't
That's
pay
smart.
for my valet. Well, he did pay for my valet, but he only paid for it because the valet didn't accept Apple Pay. But he's definitely sat there and let me look for my card, like try to pay, and the guy say, oh, it's cash only. So he paid for it because it was cash, and then he walked to his car because he didn't valet. So it's also like, do you not have a car? Do you not want me to see your car? Or are you too cheap to pay for valet? So whatever,
Yeah.
that one was fine. He didn't ask me out on a second date at the end of the night, and I did hear from him yesterday, just checking in to see how my week went. Kind of sounds like he's trying to set up another date, which I will go out on a second date with him because, like I said, he was very handsome, and I think the banter was good.
How old was he? Like
he
older?
was
Or
45.
Oh,
45,
nice.
but also very in shape, and he looked very young. Like he had
Yeah.
very good skin. I would have like easily given him like 37, 38,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
Very fit. And then the guy last night was an absolute hell no. It was like one of those dates that I was like, okay, I can't wait for this to be over type deal. I just wasn't attracted to him, which it's not like he didn't look like his pictures because he did. He had on a sweatshirt, which I think...
Yeah.
Why do you have on a hoodie?
That's good for podcasting, not for dates.
Yeah, not for dates. He didn't pay for my valet either. Like, I'm like, and he parked on the street. So I don't know. That just rings cheap to me. And then also he was very intrigued by the fact that I did podcasting and YouTube and
Do you think
media
he's
stuff.
watching this?
Probably. Yeah.
Shout
probably.
out. What's his name? No, don't say his name. But
I'm like,
he knows who he is.
What is his name? No, I'm just kidding. But it was one of those dates where I was like, okay, I would like to hurry up and be over. Yeah.
Do you think it's because they're going on like so many dates every day that they can't afford to like pay for the valets every day, so they're just like spreading themselves too thin financially?
Maybe that could be a thing, but it's like if you don't have, and not to say if you don't have money, because they obviously do have money if they're taking me out, and I appreciate the dinner and all of that. I just have certain standards that I mean, maybe they're unrealistic to some, but hey, my standards are my standards, so whatever.
Like I said, my husband is very cheap. Not cheap, but like, reasonable, responsible. But if it was the first date, I hope he wouldn't be. I don't know. Like I said, he hasn't had money the whole time I've known him until recently. So this is my first time having money. So I don't, as much as I can sit here and be like, he didn't pay for your valet, that's so rude. But I've definitely had some broke boyfriends. So
I just think that we're all too old.
Yes, once that you're at this age,
once you're at this age, and so
you're established.
My preferences a little higher. I know somebody in the comments was like, "What the hell? 50 is still what the hell? No,
what the hell?
What the hell? Like 50 is still way too old." And I'm like 50 max, so like my it's between 40 and 50. Maybe like leaning towards like mid 40s, but like I think it's okay to want somebody that's established. Like,
well, I saw someone comment like the only thing someone in their 30s and in their 50s is going to have in common is that like they will give you financial benefit, but like you said, you don't want to have kids.
No, I'm just kidding.
Well, nothing wrong with that, but I think the kids thing is another big thing because it's going to be a lot harder to find a 30s man that wants to settle down, doesn't want kids. You know, like it's in the same mindset as you. So as much as it's cliche, it's like men mature slower. So a 50-year-old man that doesn't want kids is more on your mindset too.
Or
you know what I mean? It's not just money, but
it's not that. It is like you said. Like I've dated the 30s. You know, and they want children. And granted, if they don't,
and they think they have all the time in the world. They're like, I'm only 35. I got time, and they're gonna have kids when they're 45. So you're not. It's gonna be harder to find someone that has the same goals as you that's in their 30s because
I'm definitely finding the mid 40s don't like even like the guy that I went out with last night and Wednesday. Neither one of them have children, and both of them have said, like, the one on Wednesday was like sure that he didn't want any children. The one last night is like he's open to it. He's like, if it happens, it happens. And I'm weary of that too, because I feel like when you say if it happens, it happens, means you really do want them, and you're just saying you don't want them because I say that I don't want them. Yeah. So, and that's what happened last year where I was dating old boy for months, and then he drop the bomb like, I really do want children. I'm like, no, why did you say something? Like, so.
It's so much better to be with someone older that you know isn't going to pull that in a few years, because that's a big waste of your time, where if they're just like, oh, it doesn't matter right now, I'll just say whatever just to be with her, and then in 2 years they're like, actually, never mind. So that makes sense.
I'm going on another one tonight. I'll keep you guys posted.
What's the deets on him? Yeah, give us the
deets.
Let's
give you the deets. So he actually, we were supposed to get together last weekend, and I canceled on him. So he's very, mind you, he's going to Disneyland all day today, and still
by himself.
No, what he says
he got kids.
And he don't have kids, but he said with some kids. I didn't ask no motherfucking questions, okay?
Hold on.
Is this a red flag? You think he's with some...
You out. I just hit my own wall. But you think a man is going to Disneyland with kids that aren't his own kids?
Hold on, let's see what he said.
See, this is the thing. I'm very, because I have a lot of single friends, and when they tell me these little things, I'm very, like, skeptical. And I'm probably too skeptical. So don't listen to me. Don't let me ruin it for you.
I'm going to listen. Let me tell you what he said about Disneyland. Let's see. Girl, I should probably respond to these people a little bit. It would have to be later in the evening. I'm volunteering and taking some kids to Disneyland. I didn't even ask what kids, bitch. I just said, Disneyland is the whole adventure. Like, I didn't even think.
I feel like, is he volunteering to take a woman's kids that he's sleeping with? Because that's what I'm getting.
Girl, why? I didn't even give a fuck. I was like, okay, have fun at Disneyland. Bring me back a Mickey souvenir.
Like, are you paying for my valet? Yes, then I don't care where you were today. But
okay, he's 45. 6'3". It says he doesn't have any children.
Does he? Have you looked at his Instagram and stuff? Do you do a little detective work?
I don't.
Oh, see, I will do that for you. Give me all their names. Just kidding. No, he might be volunteering.
Business owner. It says he's a business owner. He looks very, very, like I said, very active, very fit, very bald, because they're all bald and black with a beard.
Love it.
They all look alike. They're all bald and black with a beard. I'm like, and muscles, muscular. And that's not even my type. Like, I like hair.
Well, you never know. Sometimes you got to step outside the box. But I'm sure he's just at Disneyland volunteering, which is very nice if that is true. So
I'll ask about it tonight. Like, what children were you voluntarily taking? Like, are they your nieces?
See, I don't live, because you live near Disneyland, right? So maybe it's different, right? It'd be like going to like a park here, right? It's so easy for you to go there. For me, Disneyland seems like a big deal because it's such a big thing to go, but when you live near it, it's probably just like another day.
If you like, there are people who will like go, if you have a season pass, they will go midday and they'll just like go for the end of the day, or they'll just go for the food. To me, Disneyland is a whole thing because it's about like an hour, maybe an hour from me. And it's a whole thing. My back be hurting. I need to take Advil. But whatever. He just said volunteer to take some kids. I don't know whose kids. I don't know what kids. I don't know why kids. I didn't even ask. I think this guy's really eager to go on the date because I canceled on him last week. So for him to like set up a reservation tonight, knowing that he's going to be at Disneyland all day, I feel like he's making an effort. I was about to cancel because it's raining, and I'm like, oof, I don't go out in the rain. But I was like, if I cancel on this man another time, he's going to be like, screw you.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go. And it's a very nice restaurant. The restaurant that he picked is probably the most upscale restaurant of the three. So I will like wear a nice dress or something.
Nice.
Like,
well, if your man is bald and 45 and at Disneyland today, let us know. And he's busy tonight because he might be with Ricky. So. They're always a J.
They're always a J. They are always a J. I don't know what it is with me and J's, but it's a curse, honestly.
J's are in trouble.
It's a curse.
Okay, well.
Actually, yeah.
Oh, no, what were you going to say?
I was going to say the guy on Wednesday was a J, too. They actually have the same name.
Really?
So I have one like J1, J2, J.
That's actually nice because then you don't have to remember more than one name. It's just easy. You just say the name and it could be any of them. So.
Yeah, so we'll see. I'll let you guys know how it goes.
Okay, well, my life seems very boring next to that. So.
Okay, what you got going on, girl?
We had 2 baseball games today, and now we're having a little barbecue tonight with our neighbors because we just moved in this house 3 months ago. And it's not the best time here. Like, it's cold, so it's like hot today. It's like 28 degrees in Celsius. So whatever that is in Fahrenheit, we still haven't figured out how to do the math on that, but it's toasty. So we're having the neighbors over because we've been planning to do that for like 3 months, but you know, life is crazy. So yeah, no hot dates, just a bunch of kids and adults probably having some drinks, so we'll have fun.
Okay, that's fun. Barbecue. I love a barbecue. Wait, are you grilling or what?
I will use some seasoning just for you. So. I'm learning. I looked it up, and what did you say it was? Larry's?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's close to the Highs is like Canadian, so it's the same idea. So I did have it going on. But.
What are you guys making for the barbecue?
We're just doing like hamburgers, hot dogs because of kids, so nothing fancy. But
make sure you season that hamburger patty.
I will.
You can really put seasoning salt on anything, I'm telling you.
And no breadcrumbs. I learned that. So. Yeah.
So now that we got that out the way.
Yes. Now that we know what's happening with you.
Yes. What did you think of Battlecamp?
I love it. I think it's really entertaining. I like that, you know, the wheel keeps it very exciting because you don't necessarily, like I said, when you watch Big Brother or something, you know who's nominated, and the whole time you're watching, you know it's like this person's going home or this person's going home. And so it feels very like it's still good and keeps you hooked, but this is like literally anyone could go home every time. So if you're not watching and you're listening, they put names on a wheel and then they spin the wheel. And so whoever it lands on goes home. So you could have your name on there 10 times, 1 time, and you could still go home. So I like that aspect. I thought that kept it good. Yeah.
I thought so too, because then it's like the alliances and all of that, like they matter because if you have your name up there 10 times versus 1 time, like the odds are that you're probably going home. But I think we've seen even in these 5 episodes, we've seen a girl who had her name up there 1 time versus somebody that had their name up there like 12 times, like go home. So I do like that aspect of it a lot. Like I think it's really cool. The challenges seem really extreme, really tough, like really hard to do. I think so far I think my favorite, who's your favorite cast so far?
I love watching? Georgia and Lorenzo. Their little bestie duo.
I think that Georgia is so sweet. Like she comes, like you could tell she's like a really genuine, authentic person. Like she's really nice. She's really sweet to every single person there.
Well, I've loved her since she was on Too Hot to Handle. Yeah. And then when she was on Perfect Match, there was so much behind the scenes drama with that. like
I covered
with
it.
Dom.
I covered it
Yeah,
on
me
my
too.
TikTok. Yeah.
And so I was like I was pretty much Team Georgia, not Dom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And so that was hard because people
Yeah.
were not Team Georgia, so they came
They
for
were
me
not
hard.
nice to her. I
I
don't
had to
know
block a
who.
lot of people because they were mad.
I don't think I was team anyone. I think I
Hmm.
just kind of laid the facts out there. I didn't
Yeah.
really like insert an opinion. I remember cuz it was like right that whole drama that she like cheated on Dom and
Yeah.
got with Harry and all of that. Yeah, I remember people came for her really really hard and I was like she's
Yeah.
so sweet, but I mean Dom kind of had some undeniable receipts if I remember correctly.
Well, what happened was she was with Dom after they won Perfect Match, and then she like met up with him in LA, and I don't think anyone really thought they were going to be like a serious thing, like because
Except Dom.
that's yeah. So then I think she ditched him for Harry, basically, is what happened. But then when we saw Dom on Perfect Match 2, like I've never really been like a big fan. I feel like he knows how to pander to an audience with his Taylor Swift posts and his Harry Potter. And
Yeah.
I just always felt like we weren't really seeing the real him. And then when he
Yeah.
was on Perfect Match 2, I definitely think that we saw a little bit more of the real him. Not that he didn't do
Yeah.
anything terrible or anything, but I think Georgia had said like he wasn't who he said he was. You know,
Yeah.
when they actually hung out in LA alone together, it was like, oh, who is this person? And
Yeah.
so then Tolu said the same, like on Perfect Match 2, that he wasn't great off camera. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I
Dom
think
gave me the ick for sure. Like he icked me out. So and I know like okay, like you're in a new relationship and maybe you met Harry and you guys had a connection and a chemistry and so you went in that direction because
Yeah.
what you had with Dom was new and you felt something special here, which obviously they ended up dating for a while, so she wasn't
Yeah.
wrong. I just do hate that she got that backlash because she does seem so sweet and who is she
Yeah.
dating now? Because on
Well,
she
like
said she's
so her
dating,
and
she's a
Harry.
boyfriend.
Oh, she said that.
On Battlecamp, she said she had a boyfriend. Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, she did then. I was thinking now today, but I forgot.
Right,
This filmed
because
a year ago
she just posted
with
right.
Harry again.
Wait, what?
Yeah, she just
She
hung out with.
posted Harry again. Okay, because I've seen her thing today that said something when you because you guys are both single now. So I was like, okay, she's single. But I didn't know Harry was back. No, because their breakup was messy, and he took her Louis Vuitton purse back, and he broke up with her on a letter. I remember that tea.
Yeah, and he was like, she said he was so controlling and horrible. Yeah. And then, now they hung out together, and I just listened to his podcast, Boyfriend Material, this week, only because he was interviewing Alex Cooper, and he was going on and on about, like, the ex he would get back with is Georgia, and he was definitely sliding her name in that interview a lot. So I was like, oh, no, I hope they're not back together, but I won't be shocked. What
about Jess from Jessica?
Oh, boy.
Wasn't that, like, the love of his life?
I mean, when we're talking about Harry, I don't think he had, like, in the same interview, he was talking about someone he had just slept with, and yeah, he's Harry. You know, I did
not know they hung out. So
a little bit of tea is that people actually get like reprimanded if they're in the Netflix world and they speak out anything about Harry. Like, he is so beloved, not necessarily by anyone that works at Netflix, but they get in trouble if they speak negatively about him because he is the golden boy of Netflix and now of Unwell. So yeah, he I don't know. I feel kind of like his online or like his on-screen persona is an act, right? The way he was on Perfect Match, I think it's all an act. So I think they're protective of him because, you know, he brings good ratings and audiences, and obviously people like him. He has like 4 million followers or more. I don't know, but so I think.
I mean, I respect him as a businessman for sure. I think that he really took something and took nothing and made it something because you know, most people go on these one reality TV shows and unfortunately that's it for them, but he has managed to make this a whole brand for himself, and I love that for him. And like you said, I think there has to be something likable about the guy. He has all of these great women.
Well, and like you said, he's a great businessman, and I think that he knows that. And this is what really bothers me, is that he knows Georgia's on a big show right now. That's why he's swooping in on her. He did the same thing to Jess when Love is Blind came out. Suddenly I got these anonymous messages of videos and photos of them on a beach together because he saw her blowing up. She got 1 million followers on Love is Blind, and he was sitting there like, I need to get in on this. So he started sending, or I don't know if it was him. Someone.
It was probably him.
Yeah. Someone started sending their beach vacation photos from like a year prior, started sending them around to get them out because he knew she was big and he wanted to get attached to that. So he's very smart. I don't know. I mean, he's obviously got more followers than Georgia, so maybe they're seeing that as mutually beneficial. But he definitely is only doing this because she's on a show right now. Yeah. And I don't think he actually wants to be with her. But if they're both in on it, then good for them. So
yeah, I remember when I had broke the story about Jess and her boyfriend, alleged boyfriend, Ariel, that she was allegedly dating when she went to film Perfect Match. And that she allegedly cheated on Ariel with Harry. Harry reposted.
Yeah, Harry's messy, and we love that.
Like, everybody was like on me because they were like, "Oh, it's not true. That's not true. Like she didn't." I would just like to note that allegedly Jess and Ariel are still hanging out, but whatever.
It's so funny because if Harry had been talking to someone on the phone the whole time he filmed Perfect Match, I'm sure that Jess would have used that negatively against him. So, like we said, she makes deals with her people that she's on shows with, like with Jimmy, and they don't speak negatively about each other. Harry broke that deal a little bit, but I think he could have said a lot more. So
I did. I think I messaged him too. I think I had messaged him like, "Do you want to give us any tea?"
No, he subtly did. He liked a lot of things. He shared a lot of things, but he wouldn't come out and say it. Yes, but anyway, somehow we're talking about Harry, and he's not even on the show. So.
He's not even on the show. That was his point of being seen with Georgia. Look at that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. He's so smart smart for her too, I guess, because this isn't a love show, right? So that's the thing that we talk about the most. Most people do. So I guess they're trying to make it. Yeah.
I haven't seen the end, so I don't know how far Georgia makes it, but. Because we're only doing 1 through 5, and then we'll do the rest later. But I do, like I said, I enjoy her and Lorenzo's friendship. Yeah.
So did you watch Squid Game? That's where he came from.
I didn't watch Squid
Game. I watched that one. He was good on that. I liked him. He was kind of like a little bit sassy, a little bit of a villain, but not like a hateable villain. Just like...
He's likable... Yes, he's very likable. Georgia is very likable. I think that in this specific game... It's important to be likable, which I did not find Trey. I liked Trey initially, but when he betrayed Louis, that I think there's a target on his back. I think he's going home very soon. And I found, what's his name, not to be likable. Tom Sandoval.
Tony.
2.0. Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah, I didn't find him to be likable whatsoever.
It's funny because we interviewed Bree yesterday, so if you haven't watched that, check it out. It was so good. She gave all the tea.
Oh my God, you guys, if you missed that interview, it was so good. She was gave all the tea on her and Louis, on her and Zamari, on her and Catherine, on her and Charlie. Like, watch that interview. It's tea.
Yeah, she gave us everything, but now I forget what I was talking about. Tony.
Yeah.
I got distracted.
About her saying that he's nice? That's probably what you were
Oh, yes. That's what I was going to say. Yes, we do. We finish each other's sentences sometimes. Yes. She told us that they love Tony. He was great. So kind of like with Jamie on $1 Million Secret, it was like on screen, we were like, oh, this guy. But she said he's very lovable and big heart, and they all like him. So interesting how... I think if someone has a few moments of like being rude or mean a little bit, then that's all they're going to show because they are like, that's who you are on the show. So, because him and Georgia do not get along. So.
Yeah, they didn't. And I think with good reason because, Georgia can see that he's gunning for his own teammates. So if you guys haven't watched Battlecamp, the first in like one of the first few episodes, his teammate kind of messes up, drops a flag. They end up losing the challenge, and he goes around the camp basically trying to get everybody to vote for Lexi, who was on the ultimatum. And she ultimately is the first person sent home. And, you know, that obviously didn't sit well with Georgia because he keeps trying to come after his own teammates. At one point, we see him go after Polly. And then I think at one point we've seen him try and go for Polly, which she's from Selling OC, who ended up replacing Lexi. He didn't really have any reason to be going after Polly. So she kept saying, okay, he's going after his own teammates. It's only a matter of time. He comes after me. Which is fair, but I think the most interesting part about his storyline to me was the fact that he had a crush on Gabby. Yes. He's like, she's my type. I like her. And then Gabby's like, I'm going to use this to my advantage. I have a boyfriend. I'm not interested in him at all. But, like, if I have him on my side, he ain't going to vote for me, which I thought was really cute and really funny. But then we see Gabby get eliminated because that wheel of death. Yeah. And her name was only on there one time, and she ended up getting eliminated even after she won punishment, even after she won. You know, she was really killing the game. It really sucked that she went home. I think she deserved to be there. And he started crying. You guys, like, when I tell you crying, like somebody, I don't even want to say that reference because whatever. But yeah, like he started crying, like crying so bad, like bawling tears because Gabby got sent home, and then he self-eliminated. He eliminated himself.
That was crazy.
I think he eliminated himself because Gabby left.
Yeah, he kind of made it seem like he couldn't handle not being in control of his own like destiny, and he just didn't like the wheel. But yeah, it was very odd timing because I would assume when they leave, they must go back to like a hotel or something, and I feel like he wanted to be there with her. So
and I think like, bro, she has a boyfriend. Like she's actually not worried about you at all, which is kind of funny.
I can't believe Tony would give up all that money, you know, and self-eliminate just for. I mean, he says not for a girl, but it felt like that to us watching. So someone that did not self-eliminate was Irina. She did try there for a little second, but she was not happy. What did you think? I feel like she really displays what we have talked about so much on this podcast, which is like you are who you are, and you can't really hide it that much. And there's a reason why you come across a certain way on TV, and the lack of self-awareness, right? Like she's not doing anything terrible, but I think when you kind of rub people the wrong way a little bit, it's like in this type of an environment, it's like amplified, right? So
yeah, for sure. I feel like, so first of all, let me just start by saying that I did not recognize Lexi or Irina. Like they look so different. It took me so long to realize that it was them. And Irina, I'm pretty sure was hoping to redeem herself from Love is Blind, because if you guys remember, Irina got her ass handed to her, like backlash for her and Micah being mean girls because they were going around the lounge laughing at people. And like Ashley said, like a lot of these times people want to blame and edit, but you can't edit they can't edit what you don't give them. And I think that Irina just has a personality or sense of humor that just like doesn't land well with us, the audience, doesn't land well with other people. So I honestly thought she was a terrible game player. I think she sucked, just, you know, to be honest, I think she sucked. Like she sucked at the game. She sucked as a team player. She didn't want to like really, like, I think she deserved to go home in so many ways. Like, I think she was definitely the weakest link on the yellow team, and I think she deserved to go home. So,
yeah, I think, she was getting so upset over things and really, like, not taking it well when she didn't do well. And the whole challenge where they were standing up on the wall thing, like, she was, she's, like, not being a team player. So, I thought that they might, because usually, you know, when someone has a bad edit or a bad time on a show, then they do another show, they get kind of the opposite. And so you're like thinking that this will be her big redemption, but I don't think.
That's who you are, that's who you are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's no redemption. So I think, I thought the ego question was so hilarious. Like, who has the biggest ego? Like, why would you pick yourself? Like, why would you pick yourself and be like, oh, maybe because of the Love is Blind thing? Like, no, girl, like, it's clear as day. Like, even though Louis does, like, you know what I mean? He's a lot nicer and likable than you would think he is just looking at him.
He does seem really nice.
He seems like a very nice, sweet guy. Now, granted, I definitely think he ain't shit when it comes to women. Allegedly, probably, and I only say that just because he's fine, and I'm like, most men that look like him just ain't about shit, you know, but I'm like, girl, the answer was clearly Louis, like, get over yourself, like.
But now, I mean, I will say she does have a point, though, right? Because, I don't know, maybe it's the word ego, or it's like, I don't know if she has the biggest ego, but, like, watching it, I felt like Louis was a lot nicer and sweeter than we thought. Like, he did get really upset about some people's eliminations, and, like, you could tell he seems like a really good person. And Irina was, not that she's not a good person, but she was definitely, like, you know, being, like, saying some sort of things that rub people the wrong way, and, like, a little bit more brash, I guess. So I could see
think maybe people's definition of ego is subjective, right?
Yeah.
So let's see what it means.
I think, if you're talking about it from, like, a confidence and I think I'm great, like, that type of ego, I think Louis for sure.
Oh,
Whereas,
like, in general terms, ego refers to one's sense of self-importance or pride.
Yeah. And I don't think that's what Irina has. I don't think that's
what she has. So,
I think it's a different word that she's thinking of, and I can't think of it either, but something similar.
Inflated sense of self-importance.
Yeah, I mean, I could see that for her. I could see where she's coming from. You know, you're trying to win, and it was like with Tony thinking he's the best looking, right? So it was the same thing.
Same thing. Like, would the person answering the question think is the best looking? Like, how would they answer the question? Was the point of the game. And I think that I mean, I get it, like, in those situations, like, you're very, like, you know, you're doubting yourself and you're, like, second guessing yourself, like, so I think Lorenzo should have fought for that one a little bit more. He's like, Georgia is gonna say me, she's not gonna say you know what I mean? So just like Georgia doubted herself with the whole ally thing, like, I think Lorenzo's the best ally, but I think that Tony's going to be able to overpower the decision like he did last time. So there's just a lot of self-doubt. So I get it, but I do think that in terms of, like, gameplay, Irina wasn't the strongest. I think she deserved to go home. I do think it sucks that her team blindsided her the way she did. You could tell she was gutted. Like, she was gutted. Like, she's sitting there, like, trying to talk to them, like, so who are you voting for? And they're all, like, not looking her in her eyes, like, looking at, is that a star? Like, you know what I mean? Like, and it's just like, she's like, I feel this weird energy, but maybe it's just me. And isn't that crazy? Like, your instincts literally speak to you. Like, your intuition literally tells you what is going on, and people just ignore it. Like, oh, maybe I'm tripping. Like, no, girl, you were spot on. Like,
well, wait. If you watch, like, Survivor or Big Brother type shows, everyone knows that. Like, if it's elimination day and people won't look you in the eye, you are screwed. Like, everyone knows that. So that's the fun part about these shows, like Traders or this one, where you're getting people that aren't necessarily those gamer type people, right? So they don't know that that's a thing. Like, if people aren't looking at you, you're not going to be here much longer. So she should have known, but she didn't get it. It went over her head. So
yeah, just like everything else in the damn game. But,
but I know. I'm sad she left. I feel like only because she was, like I said, the ones without the self-awareness make the best TV. And I think she definitely would have given us a lot more good moments. So
for sure. And I think like, as annoying as he was and as cringy as he was, I think that Tony was giving us great TV. He was giving us the Sly, like, villain. His ego, woof, my goodness. But, like,
the mirrors,
ego, like his mirror, him checking himself out, like.
I know. I'm sure he was, like, playing it up.
I wish he would have stayed. I wish he would have stayed because I think he would have went home soon, though, because Georgia was gunning for him and because he was just being a little too messy. But I do wish he would have stayed, and I am really, really devastated that Louis and Bree went home because they were like our only showmance. And I feel like that's such an important element when you have these shows. Like, we need a showmance. Like,
yeah, like what are the odds of that? Like they were barely on that wheel, and Nick was like all over the wheel, and somehow he escaped that. So I was shocked to see them both go, but also it was like when we interviewed her yesterday, I said it was like a Romeo and Juliet moment. Like they both went down together, so that's cute. But
it was cute, but I definitely would have liked to see that play out. I do think that they should have something in place where it's like, if you're a new person, like you should at least get 24 hours without being able to be on the wheel, because I just don't think it's fair that you come in and you could get voted right out, because then people will start.
Did someone go home before her? I feel like. Who went home before her? Well, I think she was there when Irina went home, wasn't she?
No, I'm talking about Nick.
Oh,
he just got there, and then his name was on that wheel. He would have went home that night. So I don't think that that's necessarily fair. Like, because then people
you need a little immunity.
Yeah. But I am sad that Louis did bring such a positive atmosphere to the house. Like, I think he makes great TV. Like I said, he seems like a really sweet person. And Bri, why do I want to call her Bri?
That's so weird. We're like this because I was like, I bet you when you read a name a lot, that's how you're gonna think of it. And I was like, we did so much last season, Love Is Blind, on Bri. I bet you're gonna see BRI and be like Bri.
Yes.
Because I was thinking the same thing.
Because initially I was calling Bree, and then people were like, it's Bri. And now when I see BRI, I just say Bri. But
yes,
Bree,
for the people that don't know, Bri is Tyler's baby mama from Love Is Blind. So anyways, old
Tyler,
news. But
old news.
Yes, Tyler, Secret Kids, Tyler. So.
Trifling.
That Tyler.
Yeah. So I don't even know what the hell I was saying, but that she told us that he's doing another dating show.
Yeah.
So it's like she wasn't specific what dating show he was doing. We know he's doing Perfect Match, right?
He's doing Perfect Match. Yep. So he'll be on that, which will probably be out in a couple months.
Okay.
And then she said he's filming something right now.
She said he's filming another dating show right now, and we're like, what show is that?
Yeah, because Bachelor in Paradise is filming right now. That would be a very weird worlds colliding for him, but could be. And then Love Island, their little after the what were they calling this one?
Yeah, I don't
the
know.
Love Island of the season 6 reunion show, whatever they're calling that.
Because
Beyond the Villa.
Beyond the Villa, like, which that's not a dating show, but I could see how Love Island is a dating show, and maybe she said dating show because it's associated to Love Island. I could see
if
that.
he is dating someone on there, it makes sense. Now I'm trying to remember, has he like popped up in any TikToks with someone? Because we knew Isaac and Kayla were hanging out for a while,
but not necessarily, because Connor's on it and he's not dating anyone. So they may throw him in there just because he's best friends with Miguel, or roommates. I believe that him and Miguel are roommates. So he has a very close relationship with Miguel and Leah.
Yeah.
Which, I think Louis is very good looking. Keep him on TV. And he's not afraid to hop in bed and get freaky on camera. So, you know what? I'm here for it.
Yes. And if you want, we got all the tea from Bree. So if you want to know if they hooked up, you need to listen to our interview yesterday, because she tells us if she saw what she called Big Ben. So apparently Louis has a lot of genetic blessings. So. He's a lucky man.
Allegedly, but you gotta listen to the other episode to get that tea, because there are some rumors circulating. But I wouldn't be mad seeing him on the reboot Love Island.
Yeah.
I think he would do great. I think he's got to find a way to position himself outside of like dating shows. I don't really know how he would do that, but hey, he's a good looking kid. So
I wonder, who do you think he'll end up with from Perfect Match? I don't know if he will with anyone. He might just be one of those in and out people.
I don't know. I hope he's not in and out. And I have so many things to say about Perfect Match and how they do their whole elimination. But hopefully he's one of the starting people, because obviously we see that those people are usually the ones to make it to the end. So or
Yeah, I haven't
like
heard.
one of the first few coming in. So, but I haven't heard anything of like who he teamed up with.
No,
or,
me either.
You know?
He, yeah, the only tea we have from that was AD and Ollie, and that's out of the bag now. And then we do know about another couple, but we won't. We'll talk about that another day because that's gonna absolutely blow people's minds. So
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
Yes, we'll get to the spoilers. No spoilers here. Don't worry. Anyway.
No spoilers here. So yeah, that's about it that happened in episodes 1 through 5. We saw Lexi go home. We saw Irina go home. We saw Gabby go home, and then we saw Louis and Bree go home.
Yeah.
And then we saw Nick come. He killed his challenge. He's doing well so far. We saw
Nick and Polly. Did you catch that? They said they had like a little thing or something.
No.
Yes.
Oh, they said that they. Oh yeah, they mentioned it in the show. They said that they had like a quick little romance.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I remember them posting like a photo together, but I don't know. I don't know if this is a real thing or a clout thing. You don't watch Selling OC, right?
I don't, but and I didn't watch Nick's. I know Nick from Perfect Match, but he wasn't on there long.
No.
He was like in and out, so.
The Selling the OC cast is not my favorite. I mean, so there's a main girl. Her name's Alex Hall. I don't not like a lot of the people on these shows. Like, we can not like their character on the show, but like this is someone that probably one of the only people that has blocked me. So she's not great. She only because I posted a clip of her own show. Nothing crazy happened. She told me I don't know what reality is. She yelled at me and then she blocked me. So
Girl,
she's spicy. But most of the cast, they're interesting. Brandy, there's this girl Brandy. I love her, but anyways, I digress. But I'll say I wasn't like so excited to see Selling OC people on this show. I love the Selling.
We just have Gio
and Polly. Yes.
Okay. So see, those are two that I've never seen them before, never heard of them before. So those were two that I was unfamiliar with for sure.
Yeah, it's very random. Gio, I think he's married with like a baby, and Polly, I don't know what her like personal status is, but apparently her and Nick had a thing. So anyways, that could have been, I mean, I've only seen the first 5 episodes, so maybe they do have a thing. We'll see.
Maybe we'll get another showmance if we keep watching.
We need it.
So we saw Nick come in, we saw Morgan come in, who she's giving nothing. She's not really bringing it.
She's
and then
quiet.
Chase, she's very quiet. Chase, our favorite Chase, and Troy. Chase was also recently on Pop the Balloon Live.
Yes.
So
Chase is funny. We would love to talk to Chase.
He's always in my comments on TikTok.
Mine too.
Yeah,
he's very...
so I'm like, so I know you see the DM. I know you see Ashley's DM because you watching. So answer your DM and come have a chat.
Call us.
Yeah, I know I've talked so much shit about you, but I stand on business over here. I am not scared.
No.
I am not scared. I'll say it to your face. No, just
I think he's scared of what we would say to his face, but really he's not done any. He's annoying sometimes on these shows, but he's not doing anything wrong.
I feel like he's annoying, but I feel like he's come such a long way since.
Yeah.
Like I thought on Pop the Balloon Live that he was more likable than I've ever seen him before. Like on Perfect Match, I think he was really super duper cringy, but I think he was trying to be super duper cringy. Like I think he was trying to like get a villain edit.
Yeah.
So it's like maybe this is his redemption. Like I don't know how he's gonna act throughout the rest of this season. Maybe he shows his ass.
Yeah.
Who knows? So maybe we won't want to talk to you.
Knowing him, probably, but
maybe we actually won't want to talk to you after you watch the next 5. After we watch the next 5.
He's one of those people that will spill the tea and get messy. So that's why we want to talk to him.
That's why we want to talk to him. He will run his mouth. Come on, Chase.
He's our kind of person. So
you guys go in Chase's comments and say, "Hey, interview with Ricky and Ashley for the Reality Receipts podcast."
Tell him we're waiting for him.
Comments. Tell him we're waiting. We want the
Yes.
But so far so good. I'm very interested in seeing how the rest of. I wish they would have not dropped them all at the same time.
I know,
but
I hate when they do that.
To binge and watch, especially, and then You came out too that I want to watch. There's so many shows that I actually want to watch for my own enjoyment, but I'm like I can't because I got to watch. I got to be
I know, because I wanted to watch Vanderpump Villa and cover that, but I'm like, we just don't got the time right now.
We don't have the time. We have Battlecamp, we have the Valley, we have Pop the Balloon. Like, we have too many things going on. So
yeah, and I've been watching non-reality stuff because that's usually what my husband and I watch like late at night. So we've been watching Your Friends and Neighbors on Apple, which is so good, and The Last of Us, which is so scary. I can't sleep. I forgot it was scary. I like completely forgot about the whole.
Because I think the first couple of seasons were not like, they showed the monsters, but not a lot. You know, like, it was very scarce. So they show them a lot more this season.
Yeah, they're I forgot. I don't know why I forgot it was scary, but like the first episode was like zombie, whatever those things are, and like very like heart racing craziness. So
I scared.
I know. I forgot that it was like that. I'm like, I'm too scared to sleep now. But Your Friends and Neighbors is not scary. It's good. It's got John Hamm, Olivia Munn, Amanda Peet. It's really good.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I watched the Neighbors Next Door on. I think I watched it on Amazon, but I think it's an HBO show, and that was really good.
Is that recent? Like a new one?
I think so. I think the season ended like a couple of weeks ago, but I had watched that. Like, I still haven't like caught up on the White Lotus. Like, I'm so bad.
Oh,
like,
you gotta watch that.
Yes, I'm like only 3 episodes in, and I keep being like, oh, I'm gonna watch it. But then,
well, I have bad news for you.
What?
We have so many shows that we want to recap that we're never probably going to have time to just like watch shows for fun anymore. So although we are watching these for fun, but it's different. It's different when you have to cover it for a podcast because you're like have a time limit on when you can enjoy it. So you're like, normally I would watch this when I have time, and now it's like we have to watch it. Yeah. So it's still fun, but I definitely pay attention more than when I was just making like clips and memes, because I could like 90%, 80% watch it, and now I'm like, I have to know everything that's happening, and now I need all the backstory too.
We have our notes. I know.
Yes, we take notes. So yeah.
Well, you know what? It's a fun job. I know you don't like to call it a job yet, but you know, it's fun. Like, oh, I get to watch reality TV and talk about it with my best friend, and like, you know.
I know, right?
And then get everyone's opinions. Like, it's super fun.
It's the best. It's the best. Really and speaking of that, with some like housekeeping things, do you watch, if you're listening on Spotify, do you like the video on there? Because we were told that you shouldn't put your video on Spotify, so we stopped, but then we had a few comments that were not happy about that. So we want to know, like, if you're listening on Spotify and you want the video, let us know, because we're still learning.
We're learning, and I heard that too. Like, and I've seen people say, "Oh, I came from Spotify over to YouTube so that I could see the visual," you know. So I don't know.
Yeah, you tell us what you like. Tell us what you like. Give us a nice rating and follow us on Spotify if you're listening, or wherever you listen.
Yeah. Yeah, and follow us on all platforms, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram. We're everywhere. So thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for joining us each and every week, even though we be here way more than once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week.
I know, right?
We out here. We hope you love it.
You think you get a break from us, and boom, there's another episode. So we're like, you can't escape us.
We haven't gotten any comments that are like, damn, bitches, like y'all posted way too many episodes. It's been like all like, oh my God, I love that you're posting so many episodes. So that's nice.
We like to keep the content churning out. So
yeah. So with that being said, we will see you guys next week to finish discussing Battlecamp, and anything else you guys want us to watch and recap, you guys let us know in the comments. So
okay, thanks guys.
Bye guys.
Yeah.